Hello friends, welcome to the channel. Hope you all are good. I am Ravi Trivedi and on this channel we are going to discuss the various topics of microbiology and related sciences that are going to be very helpful for you for your home examinations or any other competitive examination that you are preparing for. Now in the first lecture today we will have an introduction about the subject microbiology. So simply we can define microbiology as the study of microorganisms. So what are these microorganisms? Micro means very small. So these organisms are so small that they cannot be seen by unaided eyes. That means we cannot see them directly. So we require some kind of magnification to see them, like we make the use of microscopes and several other techniques to view them clearly. Now the classic examples of these microorganisms are bacteria, viruses, fungi, and there are several other organisms which are classified as microorganisms. Now the bacteria are the most commonly used. These are, we can say, these are the kind of prokaryotic organisms that are almost present everywhere. The water we drink, it also contains E. coli, which are a kind of bacteria, and everywhere, whether it is in the air, in water, or the soil, there are numerous cells of bacteria which are present in these agencies. Viruses are basically the nucleoproteins, means these are the organisms which cannot be classified completely as living or non-living. It is an intermediate stage of the living and the non-living. Now the fungi, you may have seen fungi, whether it is a rotten bread or it is a rotten piece of meat. So they contain both the unicellular and multicellular group of organisms like the yeast, molds, etc. Next comes the discovery of microorganisms. This is a very interesting topic. That how did the discovery of microorganisms took place? So for this we should know about Antony van Leeuwenhoek. Antony van Leeuwenhoek belonged to Guelph, the Netherlands. He was basically a draper. Draper means a cloth merchant. But he had a keen interest in making lenses. So he kept on playing and making with the lenses. So for the first time, accidentally he saw some small organisms with the help of its lenses. And he thought these were small animals. That means he didn't have the concept of the microorganisms. He thought these are small animals and he called them animalcules. So for this discovery, he is known as, or he is regarded as, the father of microbiology. Now just keep in mind this term, the father of microbiology, because sometimes there are two terms, Louis Pasteur and Antony van Leeuwenhoek, where the students get confused that who is really the father of microbiology. So after Antony van Leeuwenhoek, we come to Louis Pasteur. Now Louis Pasteur is regarded as the father of modern microbiology. Okay, he is known as the father of modern microbiology. He was basically a French chemist and a microbiologist who gave the principles of vaccination, microbial fermentation and pasteurization. He made important discoveries by inventing the vaccines for anthrax and rabies, and for this purpose he is very well known as a microbiologist in the modern world. Next comes the Robert Koch. Now Robert Koch was a German physician and a microbiologist. He demonstrated the role of bacteria in causing disease. He gave the world famous Koch postulates, which describes the criteria to establish the relationship between the microbe and disease. Robert Koch was a German physician and microbiologist who received Nobel Prize in 1905 for the discovery of the tuberculosis bacterium. Now these scientists, along with many other scientists, they made numerous discoveries in microbiology that is very helpful in the present world, whether we are dealing with the research on diseases, on vaccines, on agriculture or any other field. Next comes the scope of microbiology. Now, microbiology has a wide scope, whether it is in the field of agriculture, in the field of food and industry, the medical industry, or the ecology or the environment. Now, in agriculture microbiology, we study the role of microorganisms in agriculture. Nowadays, we are using biofertilizers, biopesticides, and several other transgenic crops or animals that give a much higher product of a much higher value. Transgenic animals or crops, they are developed by transferring a foreign gene using a microorganism in a suitable host, as a result of which we get a product of much higher value. Secondly, in the case of food and industries, in our everyday life, we use several milk products like curd, cheese, butter. All these require a fermentation by the microorganisms. Also in the beverage industries, like we use wine, beer, alcohol in our daily life, in our society, all these are formed with the help of fermentation by the microorganisms. Now, medical industries, for the medical industries also microorganisms play a very wide role, because there are a number of medicines, like a number of probiotic medicines, vaccines, and many other medical products like various hormones like insulin. These are made with the help of microorganisms. Lastly, the microbial ecology. Microorganisms play a very important role to maintain a balance in the ecosystem. They are very helpful for our environment because they help degrading many of the toxic compounds which may cause a harm to our environment if they are not degraded by the microorganisms. So this is all for the day today. Thank you.